Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's a late night show. It's the after hours. It's going to get dark. It's going to get blue. It's going to get naughty. No. Yeah, it might do. Who knows? But no. How are you all doing, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Guys, don't forget to go and smash that like, go and smash that subscribe. All the good stuff, guys, if you've not done it already. I would appreciate the love. Thank you very much. This video is going to be talking about Liverpool's squad. Have we got the squad power to go on and win the Premier League this season and the cups that we're remaining in? It's a massive talking point. I was watching the Man City Newcastle game today, and it came across. I was watching the game. I'm looking at this game, and I'm thinking, yeah, Man City are a very, very good side, but they got weaknesses in their team that you can exploit. Newcastle just run out of steam, but then they got a man called De Bruyne back. They got Haaland to come back, and they're the two outfield superstars. You know, Liverpool haven't got the two outfield superstars like Man City have got. Well, they have. I suppose with Trent. Yeah, with Trent and Salah, you can compare Trent and Salah to De Bruyne and Haaland, in my opinion. That's why I believe Liverpool and Man City are the two best teams in this league, in my opinion, because of that reason. They both got very good goalkeepers, exceptional goalkeepers, and you know they both got that winner in front of goal. That they got clutch footballers, and they've got players in their team that can do things special. You know, you look at De Bruyne, you look at Trent. Although Trent plays a bit further back, but they're similar kind of players in a way to their sides. You know, and then you look at the rest of City's teams. You look at the Fodens, the Grealishes, the Dokus, the Alvarezes, and you can compare that with some players that Liverpool got. I think it's a great discussion point that we'll go have, guys. But yeah, big up to everyone in chat. I hope you're all doing good. Let's sort this layout here right out. There we go. Let's go old school full script. Yeah, but big up to everyone. First off, in the chat, I don't look. Big up John Conway. Look, John Conway has been a mod on my channel since the day I started. So I don't know what's happened to Keep It Level. Big up Keep It Level. You know there's love. I don't know what's happened on other channels and you got banned by John. I don't know what's happened there. All I can say is that John's he's been good to me on the channel with supporting and memberships and super chats, and he's been here since day dot. So I don't know what's happened. It's not my fight, so I'm going to stay out of it and let you guys get on with it. But yeah, I'm not sure what's happened out there. But yeah, big up Henaway. Conway's been banning me from the channels where he's a mod. No reason to me. He did to someone else on Statman stuff. This channel, what Dad said. Okay, look, I don't know. I can't. I can't. I have no idea. Keep It Level. I do apologise, man. I have no idea why that's happening. I can only say that look, I'll keep an eye out on this channel. If anything happens to your account on my channel, Keep It Level, I will reinstate you. So you don't have to worry, my friend. Okay, you don't have to worry. But big up, I've got Pimp in the house. Big up, my man. Big up, Frank Carlo in the house. Frankie, baby, hope you're doing well. Russell in the house. How you doing, Russell? How you doing well? Gin in the house. Lord Cornwell. Obviously, Keep It Level in the chat. Daz in the chat as well. LD's in the chat. Zane in the chat. Fana in the chat. You doing Chaz in the chat? John Vigo, my man, in the chat as well. I hope you guys are all good. Don't forget, get your comments in. Any questions you want to ask the channel and all us on here today. Big up to Sean as well. I know it's a late one. It's late night vibes. It's the witching hour. It's going to get dark. It's going to get moody. It's going to get blue. Who knows? It might do. It probably won't. But you never know. We're going to bring K-Mac on. You know what we're going to do here. Late night shows. Got to have K-Mac on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring him in right now. Big up, my man. How you doing?
A bit of blue for the dads.
A bit of blue for the dads. You remember? Bit of blue for the dads. Look, I like blue comedy, so I could start, but you know, I'll get banned. Be at Drunk Vigo. No, I'll be no UFC for me today. I'll be doing the pay-per-view with Cal next week. But big up to to you. So how you doing, man? You good?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I was on Grizz's channel a couple of hours ago.
Oh, big up, Grizz.
Yeah, I was a lot of people like doubting Liverpool this season on there. It was a bit weird. Like, so I
Really?
ended up going on there and just doing this big like 5-minute rant about how we'll win the league,
Yeah,
and
big
then
up.
everyone was in the chat going, "Yeah, that's it. We need that energy. We need that energy." And I'm just like, "There's 300 of yous in here. Like, why haven't you got that energy anyway?" like,
Yeah,
like
man.
even what we've just seen from Man City. I mean, they got away with it by the skin of their teeth. Like seriously, I don't fear them. I don't fear them this season.
Yeah, yeah, go for it, Daz. Put the links in the chat. Put Daz, while you're at it, put Frank's, Aussies, and K Max link in the chat, please.
They go,
Look, this. I was watching the City game earlier, and this is why it crossed my mind. I was watching the City game, and look, Newcastle are a good side, but they got a lot of injuries. And I was watching it. The first 30 minutes, like 25 minutes, City was and a lot of possession, and scored a cracking goal. But Newcastle sort of took them apart for 10 minutes in that game, and starting to really get on top. Quality goal by Isak, quality footballer, quality goal by Anthony Gordon as well. But they started to really get on top of them and upset them, unnerve them a little bit. Rodri was starting to get. By the way, I don't know how Rodri gets away with dissent. He just gets away with it constantly. But he was starting to get unnerved by it, and they were getting on his nerves. And when you watch, and I was thinking, like, Carl Walker's lost his pace, and he looks like an average defender now. He was at fault for both goals. He was terrible. But there's no media talk about it because it's not Trent. But he's lost his pace now, and he don't look like a good defender without his pace. And I'm looking at it, they're playing Gravado at left back, who again getting cooked defensively, and
I
no
think we
one
think we
chats
dodged the
about
bullet
it.
there, mate.
Yeah, and no one
I
chats
think we might
about
have
it.
dodged the bullet there.
And he's not a left back playing there, and they haven't really. People keep slagging Liverpool off for not having a third available left back because we've got our first two left backs are out injured with the same injury, and we should have had a third as a backup just in case, like you have that.
Yeah, right.
And I think City haven't really got one. I mean, they got
like
one.
Anyone's got a spare.
Yeah, City have got like one on their books, but they don't use him. They don't use him. So they're using centre backs in fullback areas most of the time, apart from Carl Walker is now defensively not as good as he was because his legs are going a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But City are a tremendous team. And I look at City's outfield players, and I said this earlier, Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne put City on a different level. They put them on a different level. You saw that today with De Bruyne coming on. But with Liverpool, they got it with Salah and Trent that put them on a different level. And I think this is why these are still for me the two best teams in this Premier League. Liverpool had a bad year last year, but apart from that, it's been Liverpool and City. These are the two best teams in this league by a country mile. And I look at it and think, what do Liverpool need to go against this City team? Because they are a little bit vulnerable at the back, but they got their king back now. They're going to get their striker back, and that takes them to another level. What do Liverpool need to keep going with City? Because let's face it, City are going to go on a run. They got easy games, and the next 7 matches are quite simple. Liverpool can't drop points. So what do they need? What do they need?
I don't think we need anything because I think we've now got the manager back. I now feel like we've got the Klopp from 2017, 18. Like, he's doing all the things that we want him to do. Like, we want him to change the in-game tactics because they're not working. We want him to bring on subs. We want him to play more players. We want him to do the rotation when it's needed. We want him to rest players when we know that they've been overplayed. Like, he's doing all of the right things now. Like, Klopp is in the house now. Klopp is back to work. Whatever happened last season, mental fatigue, like, because of that quad, because let's be honest, it mentally fatigued all of us. Like, I was shattered. I needed a holiday from football after that. running, because it was like 10 games of just like madness. Like, my heart was going, like, because like we were that close to winning everything. And I just feel like all the coaches, all the backroom staff, FSG, Klopp, everyone's just all on board. Like, let's go. Like, we know exactly what we need to do now. And I just feel like it's all working. Like, if Man City lost Rodri, they would be a mess. I don't know what I don't care what anyone says. Like, Man City aren't the same team by 20% when Rodri is not in it. Like, it's just a fact. Like, so they rely on one player so much. Like, we beat Arsenal away without Virgil and Salah and Endo, who've arguably been some of our best players this season. Like, you know what I mean? We are getting results and beating teams without our best players. And that's a sign of champions. It just is. Like, Conor Bradley comes on, pockets Martinelli. Conor Bradley has probably man of the match performance against Fulham in the cup. Like, this kid's never played for us before. You know what I mean? The system is working. The system is pairing. Like, throw anyone you want in, like off the bench, from the reserves. It seems to be working fine. And the manager goes, you know what, Gravenberch, you're having a stinker, mate. I'm taking you off at half time. You know what I mean? I can't complain. Like, and I feel really positive. And I do feel like the quad could be done this season. It could be done. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
You've got Thiago to come back as well. I mean,
yeah,
they
he
talk
could be
about
hat
Kevin De Bruyne coming back.
Yeah, he
We've
could be
got
hat
Thiago to come back. Like, wow.
That
Naughty.
is the thing. Thiago could be our secret weapon, a bit
Could be,
like
mate.
De Bruyne's theirs. And I know people go laugh at it because, he's back in February and he's
De
only
Bruyne
played a little bit of
De
football.
Bruyne
But
can be injured. It does
yeah, and
show
look,
that De Bruyne can be an injured player
if
now. Gets
Rodri
injured
if
every
Rodri
season.
misses a game, we're on about one game here. I think
One
with
game.
Liverpool and City, it might come down to that game at Anfield. It really might. It might come down to that game at Anfield between the two of them because Liverpool are extremely difficult to beat. I think Liverpool are harder to beat than Manchester City in a kind of weird way. And people will go, what are you chatting about? But almost the proof's in the pudding so far this season. Going up to this season so far, like you can get at City. You can get there, but City have got that same sort of guile Liverpool come have. Newcastle 2-1 up, looking the better team going into half time. Then Newcastle died in their arse in the second half, and City took over. That's what Liverpool do. Liverpool been goals down, and they come back and beat teams because of the way Liverpool and City play. They play very similarly now because Pep's changed the way City play a little bit. They defend one at the back with a high line like Liverpool do. They play a bit more risk than they used to do under Pep. That's why teams can get them now. And but they just got this mentality that they won't lose. Like both teams won't lose. And even if they're down, like if Liverpool are down in a game and City are down in the game, I still expect both teams to win this season because of their mentality and the way they play. That's why I think it's going to come down to certain games. I think City's biggest thing is Rodri. I think we have to state a fact here that every game Rodri's missed for Man City, they've lost. Not even drawn. They've completely lost because they lose something there.
Yeah.
I don't think Kovacic is good enough for City.
No.
I think he's not quick enough across the pitch for me. It's got to be tight, man. And I know people keep talking about Liverpool's injuries at the moment, but let's face it, most of Liverpool's team is back at the end of this month. Liverpool got, Szoboszlai's going to probably be in the squad for the Bournemouth game. Trent's going to be back for Chelsea game probably. Robbo's back by the Chelsea game by the end of the month. And Thiago's back in February along with Stefan. So they're back in February. So you're looking at a lot of players, and then Salah will probably be playing. Look, Salah will probably be back first week of February. Endo will be back the second week of February. So straight away you're looking at it and thinking we've got a lot of players back really quickly.
I also want to touch on that as well. So a lot of people aren't putting into the equation the fact that we've got players which haven't played many games like in a whole season before. Now we've got the likes of Jota, Diaz, Thiago. These players aren't players which have played a lot of games in the last couple of seasons, and we've now got them fit for the whole end of the season running. That's something we haven't experienced before. So you've now got more squad players who are better players, so to speak. So you're not bringing like kids off the bench, or you're not bringing like bit part players who haven't played many games. You're bringing guys that have played like 20 games already, like this season, off the bench. So they know how to use the system. They know how to play games in certain times in certain areas, and they will be really impactful. And the biggest thing, and I think this is something which has been overlooked by so many people, we've got the hardest teams at home, not away. Like, that is such a huge thing to have, because like you're going to have to score 3 goals past us at Anfield to get any kind of result. That's just a fact. You're going to have to score 3 goals at Anfield to get a result against us right now, because we are that strong at home. And if you've got teams that are coming to Anfield, they're automatically thinking, you know what, I'm just going to try and get a draw. Like, this is the best I can get. Like, so you've got teams automatically with their mentality of just trying to shut shop and trying to get a draw at Anfield. And that's fine. Like, we'll break that down and we'll win. Like, we've done that so many times. But another important thing as well is there's a couple of teams that Man City have been beaten by, and they know how to play against Man City now. You know, you've got Chelsea, you've got Villa, you've got Arsenal. Tottenham give them a good run every single time. Crystal Palace have been a bit of a bogey team. And then you got us. They've still got to play all those teams again. And it took, we were literally 30 seconds away from gaining another 2 points over Man City. That's how close it's been. Like, and Man City have got a really tough run, I think, in March, where they've got to play like Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. I think they've got to play us. I think that's a really hard run for them. And for us, I just think we carry on rolling. I really do. Like it must be so difficult for anyone to play us now, because they could be winning the game in the 80th in the 80th minute, and we'll beat them. We'll beat them 2-1. Like, even though they're 1-0 up, because that's how much of a winning mentality we've got. That we know we can get into a game when we're a goal down, but we've also got the players that can win it. Like, it's incredible. It really is incredible to see that mentality in a team, and having Darwin Nunez and the likes of Gapco that can just come off the bench. Like, you literally just bring them off the bench any game if you want. They just flip it on its head. I'm so excited. I really am. I'm really positive about it all.
Same, man. Same. Look, let me tell you the Premier League table right now. So, guys, this is the Premier League table as it stands right now. So, Liverpool are top with 45 points after 20 matches played. Liverpool have won 13, lost 1 and drawn 6, scored 43 goals and conceded 18 with a goal difference of 25. Manchester City are on 43 points, same games played, have won exactly the same as Liverpool, 13, have lost 3 and drawn 4. So there's only 2 draws difference between the 2 teams. And they scored 48 goals and conceded 23. So our goal difference is the same, 25 and 25. You go to Aston Villa, they're on 42 points, same game played. They have got a goal difference of 16. Arsenal have got a goal difference of 17. Tottenham have got a goal difference of 13. The goal difference will be a big key in this, because goal difference is almost like a point as well. So, yes, Liverpool draw. 6 is too many draws. I think you look back at the Man United game at home, that should have never been a draw. Liverpool should have won that game quite clearly. Should have won that game.
Luton as well.
And the Luton game. I'm all right with drawing away to Arsenal at the time, because that's a fine,
and Chelsea.
that's an okay result.
I'm okay with those.
Chelsea, yeah, and Chelsea got to play Liverpool at home yet. City have got to play. City have got to come to Anfield yet. Newcastle got to come to Anfield again yet, ain't they? Or have they done it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Didn't we play? No, we
yeah,
played them, didn't we? Or was that the
yeah.
cup?
Was
No,
that
we
the cup
played them.
game? Yeah, we
Was
played
that
them.
cup? Yep.
I can't remember. I can't bloody remember.
I can't remember
But
either now.
we got City
We
coming
beat
to
them.
us as well.
We beat them. We beat 'em.
Haven't Tottenham got to come to us as well?
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
You know, people. So
We've got to go to Aston Villa. That's one, but we always get a result against Aston Villa away.
yeah, Aston Villa game was. I don't mind drawing the away games. It's winning your home games that matters, and drawing the away to the top six is fine. But you've got to win all your home games against the top six. That's what really matters. And that draw against, I go back on this season and I'll look at the draw against Man United more than the draw against Luton in a way, because you know we completely battered United without scoring. It was like the players were too arrogant on the day, and they didn't do what they were meant to do. And I look back at that and thinking, you've got to win all your home games against these teams. And Man United's the one, man. Man United as well.
The thing about it though, Jamie, is it could all come down to the fact that we were robbed of a goal at Tottenham away. It really could, and I don't want it to be like that. I really don't want it to be that where we lose the league by 1 point or 2 points, and it's because of like the fact that we were robbed by VAR at Spurs away. Like that would just be disgusting. Like, so I want us to go and like win it by like 10 points, you know, just to prove a point that like we are superior, you know. And the thing about it as well, we haven't even played that well. Like, I wouldn't even say there's a player in the team that's really on form apart from Trent and Curtis Jones. Like, no one's really kicked on and really looked like a superstar apart from those two. Virgil van Dijk's been really good. Ali's been really good, but they're just at their standard. But I'm talking about above and beyond the way you normally are. You know, Trent's arguably being probably one of the best players in the world, like this season, if I'm honest. Like, since the couple of mistakes he made in the first couple of games, I think he's just been absolutely incredible. Like, I feel like not having Jordan Henderson in that team now has just made Trent this different animal where he's just like he's bollocking Virgil van Dijk for passes and stuff like that now. Like, he's really coming on. Like, he's becoming a real player. Like, and showing like that he is at an age where he can be a leader, and I just think it's amazing. And obviously Curtis Jones he's got his chance. Look, six GA in the last month for Curtis Jones. That's incredible for a midfielder at Liverpool.
Curtis Jones is doing Curtis Jones is doing bits. Mbappe talk is all media S. I bet Mbappe signed for City.
And Darwin Nunez has got better assist per game time than Saka. So the Arsenal fans can shut up now.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't think City can go and afford to go and get Mbappe at the moment. If you look at what Man City are doing, so this Premier League sustainability thing that's going around at the moment is the reason why no one apart from Tottenham's really buying this January. Tottenham have bought a loan player and a £30 million defender. So they got a player on loan and they spent like 30 million quid on a defender. Yeah. Not the sustainability thing is causing teams like, if you look at what City have done, because they got these charges hanging over their head, yeah, and the Premier League are actually really implying these sustainability rules because they want to make a point to when it comes to the court case against Man City next year or later this year, that they can show the courts that they're actually taking this stuff seriously now, because they don't want the government to come in and the government run the Premier League. The Premier League want to be independent. They don't want to be run by the government and their rules and regulations. They want to run their own rules and regulations. So they've got to show that they can put their regulations on. This is why Everton got a 10-point ban. This is the reason Everton got a 10-point ban. This is why they're doing it. And Man City, if you look at Man City in the last, if you look at Man City the last 2 transfer windows, they have a tiny net spend. You know, everyone talks about Liverpool's net spend. Go and look at Man City's the last 2 years. Yeah, they've actually sold more than they bought. And the reason behind that is because of the Premier League sustainability rules. That's why they've sold off a lot of talent in their team for big money, you know, and their youth players for big money because they're being looked at. So they're trying to do things properly now and trying to get away with it. The reason Arsenal can't go and buy Ivan Toney is because they spent 65 million quid on Havertz. So they can't spend 100 million. That's why they're looking at Onana for 50, but now Everton have told them it's 60, and they're like, I ain't paying that. So they can't get you know, I don't know why they're looking at Tony for 100 million. I'll just go 100 million by thingy from Newcastle, Isak from Newcastle. Yeah. Why are you buying Tony when Isak's right there? Just going to pay 100 million for Isak. Newcastle need to sell. Yeah. Newcastle can't really buy anyone until they sell players. Go and instead of 100 million, if you've got the 100 million available, forget Ivan Toney. Go and buy Isak. Isak's the second best centre forward in the league behind Haaland, without a shadow of a doubt. So just go and buy him.
Isak would be incredible for us. Like,
yeah. Look, I want to get onto that, right?
I want to get onto that. All of the crazy stuff. Like, he doesn't waste his energy. He literally, he's just on. He's waiting for the ball. Give him the ball. Bang, goal. Like,
yeah. That's why Newcastle not buying anyone, then we'll get hammered. Yeah, Newcastle, because they've not sold anyone. I think me and Kane spoke about this yesterday. They've only sold a couple of players for not a lot of money.
They've still got Mankillo. Do you remember him? He used to play for us.
Yeah, they don't.
Still got him on their books.
This is the issue. Question, Jamie: aren't the rules that every owner can spend 100 billion out of their own pockets without being in trouble with FFP? Who's going to do that? Like, literally, what owner? And I don't mean this horribly to just to protect FSG here. I don't see them just taking 100 million out of their own pockets so they can stop.
There was only Abramovich that did that.
I think only Roman Abramovich in the history of the Premier League.
The others spent their own money.
Is the only one who legitimately spent his own money. I just don't think it happens as much as people think it does. And I just don't think it's going to happen. Liverpool could do it. Arsenal could do it. Even Man City could do it. They could just go, here's 100 million, put that into the side. So that covers FFP. Now you can spend 200 million without selling anyone. We'll use that 100 million. If FFP come around, we'll put that then in this account, which shows that I've put money into the club. But not even they're doing it at the moment. Arsenal are not doing it. Liverpool are not doing it. Chelsea can't do it at the moment. Yeah, it's just, it's a madness. But you're right. But owners just ain't going to do it. Owners are just not going to do it. Yeah, because Terry said, kept saying that every owner can spend 100 million and they will not be in trouble. Yeah, it's not spend it. It's the owner puts the 100 million into their own account in the club. It goes in like a sustainability account. You don't use that money. The owner puts that money into the account. Then the club can spend money. But then when it comes to the audits, they can see that there's 100 million that the owner put into the club. So when it comes to FFP, you've broken no rules. But no owners are going to do that, really. Just watch City get a 2 billion sponsorship for socks.
I mean, have you seen some of their clothing line? Those cardigans.
Local shoelace sponsor. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. They go get a shoelace sponsor.
They can't do stuff like that anymore. City.
Modric can't get in the current Arsenal. Are they crazy? Yeah, well, if you know Arsenal fans, they did a Real Madrid combined 11 and only 3 Madrid players got in it. But yeah, that's all I need to tell you. And the whole back forward's Arsenal. And only 1 Madrid player was in the midfield.
Jesus.
And only 1 Madrid forwards up front.
Whatever. Delusional. Yeah. Have you seen all the deep fakes going around of Arteta? They're brilliant. Absolutely
Oh,
brilliant.
what the Salt Bay thing?
Yeah, they're brilliant, man.
Bloody, he's just
So
yeah.
funny. Looks like him. It's like it's
Is
so.
it? Is it not real?
No, it's not real. It's weird. It's
Because
like
I think
looks
Arsenal
so
are in
real.
Dubai. I thought Arsenal were in Dubai at the moment.
No, it's the one where he's basically talking about Jesus and Martinelli and
Oh, have you seen? No, have you seen the one when he's eating from Salt Bay?
oh no. Oh,
Oh yeah,
what the
that's
guy who
real.
does
Have you
that?
not seen that? So yeah,
The guy
yeah.
who does that.
And Salt Bay is feeding him. A grown man is feeding him, and Arteta's got his mouth open like this. And Salt
Okay,
Bay's
that's
putting meat into his mouth. That don't sound right
that's
at
really
all, does it?
weird.
He's going like that.
Why would you want another man to put meat into your mouth?
I wouldn't. I don't want. Right, I'm going to put it on chat. I'm going to put this out there right now so everyone can hear. I never want a man to put meat in my mouth. I'm just going to put that out there right now. I'm putting that out there for everyone to hear right now. It's just madness, absolutely madness.
And that's not the bit of blue that we're going to do.
I see Saka at City. I know a lot of Liverpool fans are saying Saka. I don't think Saka suits Liverpool in the way he plays. He's too one-dimensional. No. But I do think he suits Man City more than he does Liverpool. He'd be shattered at Liverpool. He'd be dead. He's tired now. You know how shattered he'd be under Klopp. I saw people saying about Kimmich as well. I think Kimmich is a fabulous player, but I think he's like 27, 28 now, ain't he? Yeah. And do you know how shattered Kimmich would be playing for Klopp in a Liverpool team?
Kimmich is going to PSG, by the way.
He'd be shattered, man.
He's going to PSG.
It wouldn't work. A fabulous footballer that I absolutely adore and been talking about him for years. But in a Klopp midfield, the running he'd have to do, no, man. Look at Thiago. It's just not going to work. Yeah. Big up, Remy. FFP is about managing the losses the club makes from its transition. This is why some have to buy and sell clubs. Yeah, this is what I'm saying about the money that owners can put in. That subsidizes it, basically. But you're right. Me and K-Mac spoke about this yesterday, that it could, the way the Premier League are trying to enforce this now, with this sustainability rule, they're really, really trying to enforce it, because they don't want the English government getting involved in Premier League laws and rules, that they're really, really going to try and enforce it, that all teams are almost going to be sell to buy. You know, there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be sell to buy for a while, because they don't want to break any of these rules. The Premier League mean it now. They've already done Everton, and they're going to keep doing things if you break these rules. That's why we don't. That's why we haven't seen a lot of transfer activity yet. You might still do, but yeah, we haven't seen anything yet. Pep Guardiola, the team is hungry and wants to win the Premier League title again. Kevin De Bruyne is pure talent. He's not about tactics. It's just about talent. Yeah, De Bruyne's a different level, man. De Bruyne's a different level. He's quality. He's quality. The money the owner puts does not affect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if the owner puts in the money, it doesn't affect FFP, which helps you go and spend the money. That's what I said. But what owner is going to put £100 million of their own money in? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think many will. Look, I want to talk about Liverpool's fault, because I saw this going around Twitter and everything when Isak scored. So Isak scored for Newcastle today and looked quite good. Apart from that, he didn't really do anything else. I ain't going to say that about Isak. I think he's a fabulous goal scorer. He needs one chance and he scores. That's what's so good about him. But he doesn't do a lot else, right?
No.
And everyone was talking about, well, that's the striker we should have got. Why didn't we get Isak? Why didn't we get Isak? And like I keep telling everyone else, like, Isak is Newcastle's main goal scorer. Haaland is Man City's main goal scorer. Salah is Liverpool's main goal scorer. Ollie Watkins is Aston Villa's main goal scorer. And then around these teams, other players chip in with goals. Darwin Nunez was never bought to be Liverpool's main goal scorer, because Mohamed Salah still plays at Liverpool. Klopp said it himself. So I wouldn't swap Isak for Darwin Nunez because we have Mo Salah. Mo Salah is Liverpool's main goal scorer. It's because he plays on the right side of the pitch. If Mo Salah played through the middle, no one would say anything. Bobby Firmino was our main number 9 for 7 years. No one ever considered Bobby Firmino Liverpool's main striker. No one. No one ever considered Bobby Firmino Liverpool's main striker. They always considered it that it's Salah or Sadio Mane, right? Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to talk about all that Sadio Mane stuff that's on Twitter at the moment, if anyone's asking, because I have no idea what's true and what's not true. So I won't be talking about all that. But that was, Darwin Nunez, Salah's still our main goal scorer. And Darwin's play on, apart from Darwin's goals, obviously, that he can't score, everything else he does, I wouldn't swap for Isak. So I'm just going to put that out there. But I think Isak is the second best goal scorer in the Premier League as a main striker, if that makes sense.
So
what do you reckon, K-Mac?
So my whole thing on that is I do agree with that. Like, I wouldn't have Isak because he can't do all the things that Nunez does, which he's expected to do. But the thing is, and this is my like devil's advocate thing, is the way we played this season was to get the ball to Nunez and for him to finish it, because he's the one that's had the most chances. He's the one that's had the most shots. He's the one that's had the best opportunities. If that's Isak, he's scoring 80% of them because he is clinical. Like, he is a world-class finisher. Like, he very rarely misses the goal. He very rarely misses any chances.
But that's not what Klopp's after, though. That's the problem.
But this season, that's how we played, and that's where I'm playing devil's advocate. Like, Nunez is doing all the other stuff because he's doing that because he's not scoring the goals, and he feels like he has to put all that output in to do those other things. But if he finishes the shots that he's had and the big chances that he's had, then we're looking at him going, you don't need to do all that running. You just need to score your finishes. But he's passing the ball, he's assisting, he's tracking back, he's doing all those extra things. When essentially that's what he didn't need to do in the first place. He just needed to score. But because he hasn't been scoring, he's doing all those extra things to make it like, look, I'm trying really hard. Like, I know I'm not scoring, but this is all the other things I can do. When the tactics are set up for an Isak to just put the ball in the back of the net, like, because that's how many chances we've created.
Yeah.
Those chances.
But
and
would
that's what I'm saying.
Isak be in them situations for Liverpool, though? That's the only.
I don't know. That's the
only. That's the only flip argument on it, ain't it?
Yeah, I know. And Isak's also injury prone as well. That's a very fair point.
And I think with Darwin, I think Remy says it there. Like, Isak and Darwin are completely different profiles. What Liverpool are looking at. I just. See, I think you're right. I've said it already. I think Isak's the second best striker in the Premier League behind Haaland. There's no doubt about that, in my opinion. I think he's a proper player.
Yeah.
I just look at the profile that Liverpool have, and I like.
I think Salah's behind Haaland, like, for striker wise. But then
but this is the thing. This is what
like,
I keep saying about the main goal scorers in teams. Like, Salah is Liverpool's main goal scorer because he's the freak out of all of them in a way, because he's not a striker. This is the thing. This is where Salah never gets his flowers. He's a freak out of them all because he's not. If I go on the goal scoring charts right now, so Mo Salah's top goal scorer in the Premier League with 14 goals, the same as Haaland with 14 goals. So they both got 14 goals each, yeah? Dominic Solanke's got 12. Son's got 12. Jarrod Bowen's got 11. Wang Hee, I can't remember his name. It's got 10. Ollie Watkins has got 9 Premier League goals. Now, all this talk about Ollie Watkins, he's got 9 Premier League goals. Alexander Isak's got 9 Premier League goals. Cole Palmer's got 8 Premier League goals, but about 5 of them have been penalties. Nicholas Jackson's got 7, most of them come in one game. Chris Wood from Nottingham Forest has got 7, by the way. Brian Mbumu has got 7 from Brentford. Callum Wilson's got 7 for Newcastle, and João Pedro's got 7 for Brighton. They're the main goal scoring stats.
I think Wilson's are all pens as well.
Yeah, that's the main. Apart from Cole Palmer, most of these are strikers. This is what a freak Salah is. And then if I go on the top assists this season, do you know who's number 1 for assists?
Darwin.
Mo Salah, 8 assists in the Premier League.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Darwin's got a few in the Cup of
Ollie
the League.
Watkins is second with 8. Pedro Neto's got 7. Kieran Trippier's got 7. Phil Foden's got 6. Julian Alvarez has got 6. And Darwin Nunez has got 6.
Okay, 6.
So Darwin Nunez and Alvarez have both got 6 assists this season. And this is what I was going to come to with Alvarez. People big Alvarez up. Everyone bigs Alvarez up. And I think Alvarez is a very good footballer as well. But my God, is Alvarez much better than Darwin Nunez?
No.
This
I
is
don't
all
think
I'm
so.
going to put out there right now. I'm going to put this out now. Is Julian Alvarez much better than Darwin Nunez? They both got the same amount of Premier League assists. I think
Alvarez was a bargain, though, mate.
Yeah, I think
It was
Alvarez
less
might
than
have a couple of more goals.
20 million.
Oh yeah, because City are good at that. They're good at the South American market. There's no doubt about that. But you ain't buying if Alvarez played for Benfica, he's going for 60 million. Do you know what I mean? It's. I just is he more clinical, Gangandy? Did you see his open goal miss today? Is
I
he
don't
more
think he's more
clinical?
clinical.
I don't
He
think he's
misses
more
a lot of
clinical.
chances.
He misses a lot of chances. He
I'm going
hits
to have
the
a
ball.
look at his chances, actually.
He hits the ball hard like Darwin does as well. He don't finesse it. He does hit the ball hard like Darwin does. I think they're both raw. I've been saying this for. I think Alvarez is raw. I think Darwin is raw. I think they're both going to be fabulous footballers. I really do. It's just that we all go on. I don't understand why we just all dump on Darwin Nunez all the time. Don't get it. I really don't get it. See, again, Russell, this is just not factual, though. Darwin's not our main striker. So, would you have said, Russell, let me know right now, man, would you have said for 7 years Bobby Firmino was our main striker at Liverpool? Would you have said that Bobby Firmino? Because I don't know any Liverpool fan who said Bobby Firmino was our main striker at Liverpool. Darwin can play left wing and right wing. If you look at Darwin's career at Liverpool, most of his games, he's probably played 50% on the wings and 50% through the middle. Alvarez has played up front and has played in the hole behind the striker. So both Darwin and Alvarez have moved around in their positions. Both of them.
Shall I give you some stats on Alvarez this season?
And I think Alvarez is a quality player, but I just don't get why we dump on Darwin constantly.
He's had 5 big chances missed. He's hit the woodwork twice. He's also scored a penalty, by the way. So one of his goals was a penalty. So he's really scored 5 goals from open play. 56 shots, 23 on target. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good, like, but he's kind of the same as Nunez, if I'm honest.
So Alvarez's and Darwin's stats are pretty similar, and they move about in position. Sometimes Alvarez is starting up front. Sometimes Alvarez starts behind Haaland. Sometimes Darwin's playing up front. Sometimes Darwin's on the wing. I'm not sticking up for Darwin here, but what I'm trying to say is everyone comes at Darwin constantly, all the time, and they go, "Oh, this player's better, that player's better, that player's better." And then when you give stats, people still want to argue about who's this player. It's just they're good players, man. They're all good footballers.
I did tell you that crazy stat about Nunez.
All good footballers.
Like for minutes played, he's got the best GA than any other player in the league.
Yeah, Russell,
apart from Ollie Watkins.
Man. That ain't his fault. If Alvarez played for Benfica, he probably would have gone for the same price. I'll give you an example. Enzo Fernandez could have been bought before he moved to Benfica. What was it? 14 million quid. He was available for him when he played in South America before he went to Benfica. Was it Benfica he went to? For 14 million, Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah, we could have got him for like 12 million, I think, wasn't it?
That's what his transfer value was. He went to Benfica and then he cost over 100 million. It's not their fault where they come from and their price. That's what I'm saying. If Alvarez played for Benfica, you're looking at the same kind of price range because they're good footballers. And I've got nothing wrong with the prices. These are good footballers. But City bought a very good player. Liverpool bought a very good player. And Darwin is bad in front of goal. But I would argue him and Alvarez are very good on the ball. I think Alvarez does a lot on the ball, which is really good and doesn't get looked at enough. And I think what Darwin does on the ball is really good and doesn't get looked at enough. But because they're both forwards, they're both strikers, their goal returns aren't good enough. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. They're both goal returns are not good enough.
Like Nunez 5 this season, 58 shots, 24 on target. I mean, he's missed 18 big chances. Like that's something we just can't really ignore.
Yeah,
But he's also hit the woodwork 5 times.
yeah,
Like Alvarez has hit the woodwork twice, and Alvarez has missed 5 big chances. So, he's missed a lot more big chances, but he's kind of similar for shots and shots
yeah.
on target.
That's what I'm saying.
So, he puts them away. Like, just like I said, like if you've got Isak there, you're scoring 10 out of those 18. Like, it's different players.
Yeah, they're
Like,
different players, man. They're different players. It's just.
but he's created more big chances, by the way. Nunez 7 to
Oh,
Alvarez's
yeah, I
3,
would actually say Darwin is more creative
and more
than Alvarez
assists.
is. I would actually say that. As a forward, let's just call them forwards now because that's what they are. They're not the
Yeah,
main strikers to their teams.
yeah.
Salah's the main striker for
It's
Liverpool.
just a number. The nine's just
Yeah,
a number.
Haaland's the main striker for City. They're forwards, yeah? They're forward players. I'd argue that Darwin's more creative than Alvarez in a forward as a forward player, And Alvarez is a top. These are two good footballers. I'm not digging anyone out. Alvarez and Nunez could play for a lot of exceptional teams in Europe. I'm going to say it now. People might laugh at, oh, Darwin playing. I'm telling you right now, Darwin went on the transfer list tomorrow. Big teams are coming from. They just would. They just would. He's a talent, and so's Alvarez. He's a talent as well. They're just not. They're just not elite, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys. They're just not elite. They're just not elite. That's all it is. But big up Russell. All love, man. You know that. Big up gang. The extremes are on both. The Nunez love this chant. Every little thing he does on the pitch, chaos. In comparison, elite players are mad. See, don't help themselves. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not elite players. Just let them be. Just let players be, man. Darwin's just a good player. Alvarez is just a good player. Saka's just a good player. Martinelli's just a good player. Declan
How
Rice
old
is
is
just a good
Nunez?
player.
24. Just turned 24.
Yeah, 24, I think.
24. He's not even in his prime.
Yeah,
Not even
they're
in his
just good
prime. Like
players.
seriously, he's still building himself up as a striker.
Yeah.
Like, did we have Luis Suarez when he was 23? Did we have Torres when he was
Can't
23?
remember. Yeah. Torres is
Did we have
different,
these
yeah.
players when they were that young? Like,
Yeah.
it's just he needs a
They're
bit
good
more time.
players.
Like,
He's
and to be
good
fair,
players. They're all good players, man.
to be fair, he's the type of player that will never be knocked anyway. Like,
No.
even if he is missing chances, so I'd rather have that
Well,
player. Like
let me get on to another player I've got a bone with. Let me
23.
just push this out. I'm going to carry on because I'm on one now.
Go on.
Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's lost his pace and can't defend no more. Shock. See, if Kyle Walker was Trent today for them Newcastle goals, could you imagine it all over social media? But no one says anything because it's Kyle Walker. No one says anything. Kyle Walker has lost his pace and he can't defend anymore. It's as simple as that. It's like his pace got him out of trouble, like we was all saying for years. His pace gets him out of trouble. Because the pace ain't there no more, he's struggling. He couldn't close down Anthony Gordon. Now, Anthony Gordon's quick, but a couple of years ago, Walker wouldn't have had no problem with Anthony Gordon. Now, he couldn't track Anthony Gordon today. He gave Anthony Gordon half the pitch to cut inside and shoot. He couldn't get near him. And this is what I keep saying. Kyle Walker's a fabulous player. One of the Premier League's greatest ever fullbacks, in my opinion. But we just keep, like, Trippier's made how many mistakes as a right back this season for Newcastle? No one says anything. Kyle Walker has made more than them mistakes today, by the way. He's done it a lot this season. If you go and talk to Man City fans, actually, I know a lot of Man City fans, and I watch their channels. They talk about Kyle Walker all season, that he's not the player he used to be anymore. He needs to get out of the squad. He needs to be out the first team for a while. And they're getting annoyed with him. And he's putting in mistakes. but it's not fashionable. Reece James makes mistakes. It's not fashionable. Trent just gets slagged off all the time, man. It does my head in. It does my absolute. Uh, it does my head in. It does my head in. It's just not. Kyle Walker's probably the Premier League's best right back. I'm happy saying that, but he makes defensive mistakes. Trippier makes defensive mistakes. It's like these right backs make defensive mistakes, but
I don't think he's the best Premier League right back ever. No, I don't.
That's a good point, Russell. That's a good point.
I don't agree with that. I think Ashley Cole.
Well, he's best left back, isn't he?
Oh, sorry, is he left back? Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's Trent.
I mean, if Trent carries on,
Trent's still got another 10 years. Trent's still got another. Is it 9 years before he's the same age as Kyle Walker, mate? And he's already accomplished that much.
Phil Neal's a legend, man.
He
4
was.
European Cups, man. 4 European Cups.
He was a monster.
Yeah, Phil Neal's a legend. But yeah, just I think I don't know what it is, but I look at our Liverpool squad, and let's go for our squad right now, guys, and see what we need. Let's do this. Let's have a good chat here. Let's have a decent chat here. Let's look at Liverpool squad. So, goalkeeping situation, first team squad only. Liverpool have got Alisson Becker. Well, he's the best in the world, so he trumps everyone. And then Queven Kelleher, well, 2 years ago for me was an excellent number 2, but he hasn't played enough football. So let's put a little exclamation mark next to him.
Yeah.
Then let's look at our fullback. Let's look at our defence as a whole. So we know Robbo is going to be back at the end of the month, and according to Liverpool, that Tsimikas should be back in February. He's not that far away. His injury wasn't as bad as people thought. So there's 2 really good left backs to pick from. I don't know any club that has 2 good left backs as well as Liverpool do in that department. Then you look at the centre backs that Liverpool got. Konate, on the form he's on at the moment, is arguably the best centre back in the league. In the form he's at
second best centre back in the league for me, behind Virgil.
Virgil, excellent centre back. Gomez is an excellent, versatile defender. Wherever he plays extremely well. Left back, right back, centre back. But I think he's more suited to the fullback areas now. You've got Gerald Kwanzaa, who's coming through, and he's doing absolutely bits at the moment. And him and Braithwaite, for me, are the 2 best under 21-year-old centre backs in the country. Then you've got Trent at right back, who's just generational. And you've got Gomez, who covers those areas. So that's the defensive. Now let's look at the midfield. So we've got McAllister, who's going to get better in a Liverpool shirt. You've got Szoboszlai, who's going to get better in a Liverpool shirt. You've got Gravenberch, as me and K-Mac spoke about, is yesterday, that will get better for Liverpool in time.
Talent, just talent.
He's just a talent, man. He'll get better. He's just a bit of he's the future. You've got Curtis Jones, who's Liverpool's best midfielder on form. He's now getting the flowers he deserves. You got Harvey Elliott, who's a fantastic sub for us, coming off the bench in their midfield areas. You've got Thiago's got to come back. Steven Bajcetic has got to come back. You've got Wataru Endo, who's got to come back from international duty. Has been a bit of a revelation in our midfield.
Probably the second best DM in the country.
Yeah, so you got that. You got on form.
Behind Rodri. Seriously.
I agree, on form before he went to the international duty.
He's been better than Declan Rice for
me. He's been excellent. Then you got the forward area. You got Mohamed Salah. You got Luis Diaz. You got Cody Gakpo. You got who else have we got? Who else said?
Nunez.
Salah, Gakpo, Nunez. And Jota. And Nunez and Jota. Now that's Liverpool's first team squad. So I've named that whole team there, right? The first team squad. I want to know from everyone in the chat, and I'll ask K-Mac this as well. Who can we buy in January that is going to impact this team and take us to the next level? Anywhere in that squad. Chat, give me names. K-Mac, give me a name, if there is one.
There's probably two names that I can think of that would go into our squad and improve it, because that's what you're looking at. You're not looking at an option. You're looking at an improvement. And I would say Mbappe, because he could be available.
Yeah.
And Anthony Robinson
as a backup left back. Yeah.
I'd put him in as a left back. I would play him. I think he'd be absolutely sensational. Can't really think of anyone else, if I'm honest. Like maybe an Asio, but that's a risk because he's never played in the Premier League before. Like, that you throw Mbappe in, like he's just going to be absolutely sensational on the left-hand side. Like, you chuck Mbappe on the left, that's just it's otherworldly. Oh no, another player I'm thinking of. Sorry. Okay, so you've got Mbappe, Harry Kane. We're not going to get any of these players, by the way, but I'm just saying names. So Mbappe would be incredible. Harry Kane would be incredible for us, and I think Anthony Robinson's really, really good. Mate.
Yeah, Anthony Robinson.
I really do. But that's just my opinion. But I'm talking about just a guy that's just going to smash goals in, like Salah numbers. Those two.
But who gets into the first team to make
those two? That's it. Just
yeah,
those two.
And this is what I'm saying.
One of the others.
Mbappe and Harry Kane are not never. They're just.
No, but that's what I mean. We don't need anyone really.
That's the level I'm talking about. You need elite level players that are going to take this team to the next level. I know people will put in Elise in the chat. Say Elise would come to Liverpool and never play.
Doesn't get in. He's a sub.
He'd never play. He'd be a good sub, but he'd never play. So does he take Liverpool to the next level?
Elise's not even like a second sub. You wouldn't bring him on as the second sub. You bring him on as like the third or the fourth sub.
Yeah. The thing is, I like it. I'm with Russell.
That's a really good shout, actually. Someone's just wrote Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, I'm going to get to Bruno.
Yeah.
I'm with Russell, though. I rate Elise. I think Elise is great.
I rate Elise as well.
But I think Elise is the player you buy to replace Mo. I think
he's not getting in ahead of Salah.
I think Liverpool apparently, I don't know, I think Russell might know this as well because I think he said about it. But I think Liverpool are actually looking at him for the summer. I think Liverpool are trying to be a bit proactive on the Mo Salah replacement. As long as Elise knows he's going to come in and eventually take Mo's spot, but he's not going to be a first teamer because he's not going to play in front of Mo. He just ain't. The only way he plays in front of Mo if Mo becomes number 9 for Liverpool and Elise goes on the right. That'd be, or Mo goes into the number 10 position and he's a creator. I think that's the only way you shift it about. But I like Elise, though. Elise for the future is a smashing bit of business and we should do it, in my opinion. But does it change Liverpool this January? That's what I'm on about, guys. What changes Liverpool this January? Benzema at what? Almost 40 now. Would he be able to handle Premier League?
I don't think he's 40. I think he's like 35.
35? He just looks a lot older. How old's Benzema? I thought he was about 39, man. He just seems like he's been around forever.
That's amazing.
How old is he?
40.
He's 37 almost. Sorry. He's 37 almost. There you go.
Oh,
he's 36 at the moment. He's almost 37.
So, his last son is Ibrahimovic. Bring him in. 41.
Oh, so like Benzema's 37 in December. There you go. He's 37 in December. So he's quite away from being 37 yet. So he's 37 in December. Benzema just seems like he's been around for about 30 years, don't he? Or is it just me?
Yeah, I think he only came onto the scene when he was like 32 or something.
Yeah, I just don't know if Benzema. I don't know. Would he be able to handle Premier? I think Benzema's a bit of a risk, if you ask me. I think he's a risk because look, a 28-year-old Benzema every day of the week because I see what he did for Real Madrid. 35, 30, a 36-year-old Benzema. I'm not sure. Cyril Somerville.
We're talking about a player that comes into the team and starts. Okay, so you can talk about all these squad players because I can, but I'm talking about a player that comes in and starts. Like Isak is injury prone, so I wouldn't risk him. No, he's not a player that
But with this,
I
the
want.
thing is, guys, with Isak, Isak will change the way we play because Isak doesn't do much on the ball like Darwin does. Look at the way out. It's not the profile of forward we go for. That's why we never went for Isak. And for anyone saying we couldn't afford Isak, Liverpool could have. They got to pay more for Darwin Nunez than Isak. So he's just not the profile of footballer that was after. Cyril Somerville, I think, will be a Liverpool player. I think Liverpool are highly huge on him. He's a good player, man. Really good player. Shouldn't be
No more
playing in the
Dutch
Championship.
players, man. Jesus Christ.
Paulinho, I don't think. I've said my piece on
Doesn't
Paulinho.
suit the way we play.
I'm sick of getting arrows thrown at me with my Paulinho
He
take.
doesn't suit the way we play. He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think
He's really good at
the way we
tackling,
play.
but we need
He's the
someone who's
best.
progressive.
He's the best lone number 6. Apart from Rodri, he's the best lone number 6 in the Premier League.
But Rodri can pass. He can't pass.
But on the ball, he's too slow on the ball. Bella Kotchap. Kubu. Yeah, Japan have got some
injury.
I'm going to tell you one there. Japan have got some mental wingers.
Yeah, they have it.
Got very good wingers. Japan have got a good team, man. They got good youth coming through as well. Kubu's one to keep their eye on, man. But is he better than Luis Diaz? Yeah, right now.
He's also never played in the Premier League. He's never played in the Premier League.
This is the thing. Is he going to come in? Is he going to come in and take a Salah or a Diaz's spot?
Nope.
Triple Cisse. I love Cisse when we first bought him. We got Somerville and Mbappe and Paulinho. Mbappe, I'll give you, but Paulinho.
Yeah.
BW says we have 10 injuries. If we go for the quadruple, there might probably be more injuries. Hope there's no more injuries. Tobido, Iniesta. That's the one I'd have, the Sporting defender. Kimmich, I worry about Kimmich at his age having to run like a lunatic in the Liverpool midfield. I worry about that. I don't think Paulinho suits us. And Mbappe's the obvious answer. Look, the obvious answer would be Mbappe would come into our first 11. He would take Luis Diaz's spot. He'd even take his shirt, right? And he would make Liverpool title favourites because you'd have Salah, Jota or Darwin, and Mbappe as your forward line. Straight away, that makes Liverpool favourites and takes you to a different dimension. This is what I mean. Who's going to come into this 11? And with our injuries, BW, big up, man. Half of them are back by the end of the month. And we only played 2 Premier League games this January. Big up John on the set. Big up John, ain't doing well.
I think Somerville's release clause ends at the end of this window. I think it's like 50 odd million. So that ends, which means he will be available. Someone also wrote Archie Gray as well. He's an absolute player, like for Leeds.
Isn't that Somerville, Belgium, or something like that?
No, he's Dutch.
That's it, Dutch. That's
he's another Dutch player, mate.
Yeah, no, I wondered why we wanted him. There you go, he's Dutch. By the way, do you know there's a certain winger that Liverpool do want?
Is he Dutch?
Yeah, he plays for Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah. Oh, I sent you that, didn't I?
Is it Marlon?
Yeah, 55 million. 55
Liverpool
million.
want Marlon. Apparently, if Jadon Sancho makes a permanent move to buy him to Borussia Dortmund in the summer, Liverpool will go for Marlon for. And I know people don't like him, so I've mentioned
that could be the reason why they've gone for him. By the way,
but he's Liverpool's kind of player, winger. He just is. He fits the profile.
I didn't know he was only 24.
Yeah, I know. It's because he's bald. All bald people look much older.
He's been around for years. He's played for about 3 different clubs in 3 different leagues.
But only Liverpool profile, though.
He's profile. Yeah.
He's a typical Liverpool profile forward. And if Jadon Sancho makes a permanent move in the summer to Borussia Dortmund, which will probably happen, then I do see Liverpool going for Marlon. I really do.
I see everyone talking about Marlon, but guys, we don't sign duds. There's no doubt it'll come to Liverpool and it'll be a hit. It's just it's written in the stars. It's how we do things.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, we might not like him, but he's our player profile. It's just the way it is, man. Right, this number 6. Right, this is the one I would say.
Yeah.
If you get the right number 6 in, I'm with Jamrock, yeah, and a lot of other people have said it. If you get the right number 6 in at Liverpool, he improves Liverpool because you allow Alexis McAllister to go a little bit further forward or play as a double pivot in where Alexis McAllister prefers to play. So straight away, you make McAllister a better player, which helps Liverpool have a better midfield, and you get that number 6 there. But it has to be the correct number 6. And the correct number 6 for Liverpool is a ball playing number 6. It's not a destroyer. I think if Liverpool wanted a destroyer, Liverpool would have gone and got a destroyer in that number 6 area. You know, that's why they wanted Lavia so bad. I wouldn't call Lavia a destroyer. He's a cultured number 6. He's a ball playing number 6. And that's why it's Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle.
I can't disagree. Like he's a monster.
He fits. Bruno from Newcastle fits everything Jurgen Klopp wants in a number 6. His work rate is excellent. His tenacity is excellent. He can defend in that midfield. He also can break the lines of his passing, as we've seen today in previous games. He's got good passing range. He moves the ball quickly. He can move around the pitch. He's the perfect, and people might not think he's an out-and-out 6, but he sort of is. He is the Jurgen Klopp number 6. Liverpool, there's a reason Jurgen Klopp wanted Tchouaméni all that time. You know, he wants that kind. He wants, unless he does something mad and goes and gets Polina, which I'd be shocked if he did, unless it's just too impossible to turn down because Bayern Munich now don't want Polina.
They don't.
And now Polina needs a club, and Liverpool just go, you know what, we'll take him, and that happens. If that might be the case still, but Bruno hits all the bar. And the thing about Bruno's contract, which I didn't know till yesterday, is that he's got a release clause of 98 million. Yeah, 98 million pounds is a release clause, but that release clause is paid over 3 transfer windows. It's paid over 3 transfer windows. So the summer you buy him, the winter, and the following summer. That's what it is, and that is Dan Liverpool's. That's like, that's what Liverpool do. So, what is that? 30 odd million pound every transfer window for
Good
Bruno.
old George loves a release clause.
I mean, for me, that's the perfect player. If Liverpool can get him, for me, as
That
much
is
as I love
special.
Wataru Endo, and by the way, Wataru Endo would be a perfect backup to Bruno in that number 6 area. I'd be happy with them as my 2 number 6s. Bruno and Wataru Endo as my 2 number 6s. I'm perfectly fine with.
And the thing about that as well is Bruno plays at 120 miles an hour in every game.
Yeah.
So I don't want Bruno to play every single game if we signed him, because we burn him out. He burned himself out. He doesn't know when to stop. Like, he's an absolute animal. He would be. He is made for Klopp's team, for that midfield. Just that energy in the centre. He's absolutely sensational, and he can do everything. He can do absolutely everything. That guy, like, he scores, he tackles, he passes, he can dribble. Like, he's an absolute monster. I love watching him play as well, by the way, and I just love how antsy he is as well. Just like,
I mean, the
smashing people
everywhere.
everywhere.
I will say the aggression in him, because he's aggressive for Newcastle. He'd be even more amped up under Klopp, wouldn't he? So you'd have to tame that a little bit. But I think Klopp would love the chance of. I just look at him and think, that's the Klopp number 6 that he's after, in my opinion.
He reminds me of Didier Man.
Yeah,
Didier Man.
Didier Man's a bit of an arsehole and prick now, but
in real life he is. But he's German, though, isn't he? So
Didier was great.
He can't help it.
The famous Istanbul Champions League game. We all credit Stevie getting us back in the game, but it was Diddy coming on at half time that changed the game.
Yeah.
Because it allowed Stevie to become a second forward. He became like the shadow striker, didn't he, in that number 10 position, and got further forward because he was playing DM in that game, and he can't play DM back then. And Diddy coming on at half time was really the reason we got back in that game, but he don't get the credit for that. Gangadee says, I can't believe Bayern bought Eric Dyer. You know why Bayern bought Eric Dyer, though, don't you? Because he's Harry Kane's best mate.
Yep.
That's why they bought him. He's Harry Kane's best mate. See, Harry Kane hasn't got his family in Germany. He's not got his
Do you know
family
that
in
Harry
Germany.
Kane's just going to be a flat track bully in Germany? I've
He's
noticed a
got
lot of his
22.
goals seem to
He's
be
got
the third
22
or the
goals.
fourth goal in games.
I think, and Jadon Sancho got an assist today and looked good for Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah,
And I tweeted it. Maybe the Bundesliga is just Jadon Sancho's level.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I've seen excellent players come to the Premier League and not be able to hack it. Don't mean they're not a good player. You just got to find your level. That's all it is. And Harry Kane's already got 22 Premier League goals, and we're only in 22 Bundesliga goals, and we're only in January. And there's only is it 18 teams in Germany or is it 20? Can't remember.
I think it's 18.
And he's already got 22 German. I mean, he's got to get 35.
He's already broke a record, hasn't he, for the most goals scored in the first half of the season.
And he's getting assists as well. So I think it tells you everything about the German league. To be honest,
he's breaking Lewandowski's records, which are like pretty epic. Like, to be fair,
yeah. Well, Harry Kane's a world-class goal scorer. For me, the most complete striker in world football.
And that's why I said, did you not just say me? What player would go straight into a Liverpool team? Exactly. I said Harry Kane.
He would change everything. But yeah, I'll be up, Pac-Man. It's been a while, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Pac-Man, you ready for the Liverpool City title challenge again? I know we were missing last year, and you had to deal with Arsenal fans, but it's back to the lovely Liverpool City relationship. Yeah. Welcome back, Pac-Man. Endo is the best DM. He's actually the beast that we need. Look, 100%. If my DM wears a gum shield, I'm up for it.
If my DM takes out Paulinia, who's the guy we're targeting to replace him with, then I love that as well.
Do you know what I like about Wataru Endo? He don't care about getting smashed.
He loves it.
He don't care about getting smashed. He just throws his body in there and just takes a hit. I love it. My DM wears a gum shield. I'm all right with Wataru Endo. I think he's good, man. I think he's proved a lot of people wrong as well. Good big up to him. He's definitely the best Bruno in the league. There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. This can't be true. Sky in the Ear reporting Juventus are considering a loan move for Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So Jordan Henderson could look back on his career as a footballer and go, I played for Liverpool and Juventus. Fucking hell.
And right. El Etihad.
And I made a few bobbing and made a few. I played for Liverpool and won everything. We forget the Sunderland stuff. We played for Liverpool and won everything. And then I went to Saudi Arabia for a year and made more wealth than you could ever imagine. Then I came back and played for Juventus. Yeah, that's the greatest career.
Aren't Juve like second in the league as well?
Yeah, they're going for a renaissance, ain't they?
Yeah, so Hendo can go there and pick up a trophy.
Yeah.
He can do the little shuffle.
Yeah, he's doing good, man. Can you imagine the Hendo shuffle at Juventus?
The Hendo shuffle at Juve.
Endo scores, tackles, and passes. Fact. And
that's what you want.
Fact, Russell.
That's what you want.
I love Endo. I'm going. It's Wataru Endo merchandise from the way.
He's pretty good at heading as well, by the way. And
yeah. He is. He's actually good in the air for someone so small.
He is good in the air.
Eric Dyer is there for Kane Simple as. Yeah, they basically admitted it.
Maybe he can translate for him.
Yeah, he's Harry Kane's best mate. And Harry Kane's already said his wife and kids don't live in Germany. They're at home because they haven't had time to move everyone over yet. So, by the way, that man's living a life. So he's in another country. Hang on, let me get this right. He's in another country, yeah, playing for Bayern Munich, getting paid ridiculous wealth, having the time of his life, and he doesn't have to go home and get nagged by his wife. He's having the greatest time. Big up to Harry Kane. Big up to Harry Kane. What a life he's having. Big
and he wears lederhosen.
He almost lederhosen. Oh, big up Harry Kane, man.
He still can't speak. Still can't speak for Toffee.
Oh, he's equal Lewandowski's not broke it. I think.
Okay.
Probably gonna break it, ain't it?
Oh, ganging deep. You're always there to shoot me down. Ganging deep. Ah.
Klopp will have Endo for 2 years, and Bajcetic will be old enough to. Yeah, I think the club really rate Stefan Bajcetic. I think the club really rate him. So he ain't going nowhere. He ain't. Douglas Luiz. Do you know what's funny about Douglas Luiz? I spoke about him about a year ago before he was fashionable, and everyone shot me down. and now he's become fashionable. He's doing a good job. You know, he's a good player, man. Came from Man City's youth team. You know, look at all Man City's players that have gone elsewhere that are youth players. They're all good.
You think they'd have a
look,
good
Cole
youth
Palmer,
system,
man.
wouldn't you?
Cole Palmer's doing bits. And look, Cole Palmer is Chelsea's most successful transfer
Yep.
in the new era, right? In this new era led by the idiot upstairs, he's their most successful transfer because he came from Man City's youth team. He's a quality player. He always knew he wasn't going to be shit, was he? He wasn't going to be shit.
Did you hear the interview today? They were interviewing Cole Palmer and Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell was like really disrespectful to Cole Palmer while he was stood there.
Yeah, what was that about? I saw
Like
you
saying he missed all these chances and that. He won them the game. I was like, he's been their best player. Like, they'd be in the relegation zone if it wasn't for him.
What is it they call him? Cold Palmer, ain't it? Cold Palmer.
I'm like, seriously. Like,
He does the celebration now, don't he, as well? He's even
it.
acknowledging it.
Yeah, man, I just thought that was really disrespectful.
Yeah.
And like Ben Chilwell's going, yeah, I'm going to be the leader. I want to be more involved with leadership. I'm like, you want to be fit, mate. You want to be playing first. Like, you're always injured.
Yeah, Valverde, man. Rumours that Valverde might be available in the summer if they get Mbappe.
Yeah, he's not happy, is he? He's not happy at Real.
I'm telling you right now, I'm having Valverde. If he's available, if Valverde's available, man, I don't care. I think he's mustard. You know, and he's Uruguayan. He might help Darwin a little bit. Makes sense. Exceptional footballer.
He's getting played in a wrong position, isn't he, constantly? Like,
yeah.
Think about Mbappe though going to Real Madrid. No one's talking about this. Is Mbappe doesn't like playing central. Like, he doesn't like it.
He wants to play left. He wants
to play left. Who plays left for Real?
Vinny Junior plays there. Don't
he? He's not going to Real Madrid like to play left.
Well, let's say it.
Vinny
Talk
ain't
about
moving.
Mbappe. Talk about Mbappe for a second. Where does Mbappe go? Where does Mbappe go? Because I think Mbappe's made a bit of a rod for his own back, and that's on him. But I think Real Madrid desperately want him. I don't know if Real Madrid can afford him. Because Real Madrid are one of the teams that desperately want the Super League. And they want
I think Aymar's spot on, by the way. He's staying at PSG.
I reckon that's what he's going to do. I reckon PSG are just going to give him the money that he stays. Because if he can't go to Real Madrid, I'm trying to think of teams that can afford Mbappe. I really am. Who can...
English teams can't. English teams can't.
The only team I think you can go to is either somewhere in Saudi and he goes and plays with Ronaldo for a year or something, or he stays at PSG, or he does go to Real Madrid. I just don't.
I get it. I get he is a money man, but he loves PSG.
Well, he's Parisian,
isn't he?
He's Parisian.
He loves the club.
Yeah, it's his club.
Like, you can't knock that. Like I get all the people saying like, oh, why doesn't he go to like the Premier League or why doesn't he play in a better league and blah blah blah. But if you love your club and you're worshipped by them, and they give you everything you want, why would you want to leave? Like, you know what I mean? You don't know anything else. Like, okay, you played for Monaco for a couple of years as a kid. And then you got your dream move to your club and you were idolized and played with like Messi and Neymar and, these unbelievable legends. And now you're worshipped by all the fans. You get everything you want by the owners. You're the main man for your national team. Like, that might just be enough for him. Like, he's not winning the big trophies, but they're there and thereabouts in the Champions League. France are always around the final, and they're always winning the league and their cup, like their League Cup or our type of FA Cup thing. So maybe that's all he wants. You know what I mean? Can't knock that.
Do you know what's mad? He's the best. He's arguably the best footballer on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And he's a free transfer.
Yeah, it's insane.
And no one can afford him.
he is the best
This is
footballer
the
on the
issue.
planet. Like,
You
he
got
is.
arguably the best footballer on the planet right now is a free transfer, and arguably no one can afford him.
It's
I
insane.
think Man City would be interested if they didn't have Haaland, but I don't think Pep's go. I don't think City go get. The only way I think Mbappe goes to City if Haaland goes to Madrid. I think that's the, and I think Madrid want Haaland more than they want Mbappe. Personally, I think they want Haaland more.
Can Man City pay him those wages? Like, how do they justify that with FFP?
Well, with the issues
They're
they've
not
got,
paying the
this is
transfer,
what
but
I'm
it's the
saying.
wages.
With the problems City have got at the moment, with these charges against them, I don't think they can afford to go in the market for an Mbappe right now until they've either beat these chances or got done for it. So I don't think they're going to be in the market for him right now. So you take Man City out of it, you take Liverpool out of it. You look at a Saudi club, maybe. You look at staying at PSG, or you look at Real Madrid. There is only three options.
Could he be? I'm just spitballing, by the way. But could he be Ratcliffe's main marquee signing for Man United?
Man United can't afford him with FFP.
But could he be that? Could
be,
he?
but
Could they work that out?
I don't think he'll go Man United. I mean, it's just you look at that Man United squad and go, "What the hell am I coming?" I
get that.
I think United have already said they've got to unload so much crap in their team at the moment.
Okay.
I think United have already said they're looking at getting rid of players more than buying players at the moment. They're looking at selling players. This is what I'm saying. We have got arguably the greatest player in the world at the moment on a free transfer, and there's probably only 3 clubs in the world that he can go to. City, Madrid, at PSG.
Russell, stop putting stats in there, which makes me think that we can get him.
Or go to. Do you know what? If a Premier League team, if he was going to pick a Premier League team, I do think it'd be Liverpool.
I do as well.
I think he'd want to play in that.
And it's the whole LeBron James and Nike
and Klopp. I think he'd love to play in Klopp's style of football.
And his mum.
I think Mbappe would love to play in a Jurgen Klopp style of football. That's just all out attack, just all out. It's just. I think he'd love that style.
You know what? There's a place for him. Like,
can you imagine keeping Salah and he's on the right? Salah and Mbappe and Darwin Nunez as your front three. That's pace, power, goal.
I mean, that's scary, isn't it?
And then you got Gakpo, Diaz, and Jota to come off the bench.
I mean, we've probably got the best attack in the whole of Europe anyway, because we've got like 5 really good attackers.
And then you
can get your 10 plus goals a season, all of them. Like, there's not many that can do that.
I do think Liverpool, if there was a Premier League team, I do think Liverpool would be the favourites. But
it's not going away, though. It's not going away, mate.
He's got to be wanting 700 grand a week at least. I know people talk about what he's on at PSG.
He's on
at the moment.
1.2 million a week.
I think what he's on at PSG is an anomaly, and I think he knows that because he was nowhere near on that before, and PSG done it to keep him. And plus, didn't they give him loads of different other things in that contract as well?
Yeah.
So I don't see that being the. I don't know where Mbappe go. I think.
Who's the highest paid player in the Premier League? Is it De Bruyne?
De Bruyne, 425 grand, I think it is.
And then Salah's on 350.
50.
So it would have to be 500, wouldn't it, as a minimum? You would say.
Yeah, engaged.
Because he'd have to be the highest paid.
It's got to be between 6 and 700 million, 6 and 700,000 pound a week, at least.
The issue I've got, and this is probably the chat will probably agree with me, is will our players accept someone being on like double that they are, and they're the star player now? Would Salah accept Mbappe to come knowing that he's on double his wages?
I think you look at certain players and go, yeah.
You know what I mean? If our players can handle that, and that's something Klopp's probably obviously got to deal with the players. Like, you probably have to sit down with the big guns, like the big
Yeah,
heads, as we
I
call
think
them,
I
and go,
think what
look,
it
I want to
does.
get Mbappe, but I've got to pay him double what that you're on. Are you
Well,
going to be okay with it?
if Mbappe comes to Liverpool, it just makes Salah want to stay at Liverpool even more, doesn't it?
I think he does.
So it just I don't think that matters so much. I just look at the Mbappe situation; it's a madness, and I just look at him staying at PSG because they can afford to pay him the wage he wants.
Oh my God! Imagine
Madrid,
getting Mbappe. He's the same age as Trent, mate.
I know. I don't know
I
how
mean,
Madrid can
Trent
afford.
and Mbappe, like just
It just
unbelievable
it,
generational talents.
it's just
That's,
madness.
that's
It's
my,
just
you know
madness.
what? That gives me goosebumps. In fact, we're going to end the show now. I just go to bed
Yeah, we
thinking
are
about that
going
one.
to show. We are going to show on that madness right now, guys. We're going to that show on that madness. So, guys, big up everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I know it's a late one. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to go and subscribe to KMAC. Don't forget to like the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. All that good stuff. Share the video, guys. We'll be back soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Whatever it is you're doing. Appreciate you all being here. See you later.
Big up,
Bye-bye.
everyone. I know.